by Michael Lassier, and it's now in the hands of Evert de Toy, that Ford Falcon running back there in Class X. So Gary Fleming comes and joins us, Mike's side. Had a bit of fun today with the camera work, and he comes and joins us for the final race of the day, Clubman's Saloon, sponsored by Thermo Fires.
Yep, they're out there on circuit, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one actually lines up. Some people had a great first time out earlier on today. Some people it was utterly disastrous. So once they come up onto the line, we'll be able to see exactly who's going to stand where. Thermo Fires Clubman's race number 2, the last race of the day. A big thanks to IMUSET and the whole crew that have been bringing us the live stream during the course of today. Tomorrow, starting at 9:30, out in Kraaifontein radio controlled. If you've got nothing else that's been designated to you by your wife and the kids, definitely one of the best places to be. And then also either that or, Frankie, Zone 7 Nationals.
Zone 7, yes. Round 3 of the SA Motocross Nationals, and Derek Peake and Francois Butler are doing the commentary there today, and they'll be commentating there again tomorrow. I just love to know how many motocross bikes are there. I think there are hundreds of them at Zone 7. That is also another place to be at tomorrow at the National Motocross Zone 7.
Then again, you're going to do a little bit of traveling during the long weekend. You can join us on the 8th up at George Motor Club, the first Motorsports South Africa Dirt Oval for South Africa National Qualifier. And then 1 week later, the 15th, the second national qualifier, which will be an amalgamation of the guys from Vescas and then also from Klein Plaas Mega, and a couple of visiting drivers as well. Whoever hasn't qualified in George that needs to or wants to, they can come down and join us on this side, or they can wait for another 4 weeks and go up to Port Elizabeth on the 20th of May. We'll be going up there. We're flying up the Saturday afternoon, and that will be between Victory Raceway, PEOTR, and then Border going to be joining there as well. So, Frankie, here we go. The man that battled with the airflow meter in race number 1, Cody Alberts, finds himself in pole.
Wait for the lights to go off. Away we go as they drop the hammers and work their way down into turn number 1, and it's a lovely start by Cody, but a better start there by Clint Renard. Renard, will he run around the outside? No, Cody Alberts holds, and Steven Heidenrich has been muscled to the outside of the circuit. He sits there on the outside of Barcy Berger. Berger finds himself in there, and Daniel Kutsia is in P2, and he's chasing after Cody Alberts into turn 2.
Heidenrich in that 4th position. Barcy Berger had to cut it very, very tight going into turn number 1 to not make contact with anybody. He somehow got it right and kept on trucking. It's all about Cody Alberts, and they did say earlier on, please say a big, big thanks to numerous different companies that have helped to get the motor sorted out. They had a whole bunch of bent valves. In fact, every single valve in the head was bent. 18,000 rands worth of engineering work and parts later. Cody Alberts leads them out from the Sorrel sweep out into the back main.
And JP Shear's got some serious problems. He's slowing down. He's going to go right to the back of the field. That'll be the end of that for JP Shear. But no problems up front. Remember, no 5th gear for Jess Huggett. So Jess will not be out there for this one as they make their way out of turn number 5. Out of Fostron corner. Racing back towards us once again. And it is Alberts. It sits there in P1. Daniel Kutsia in that 2nd position. Followed by Stephen Heidenrich, Clint Renard, and Barcy Berger. Then we've got Graham van Rooyen, Paul Minnick, and Kiara van Niekerk right in there as this whole group works its way out of turn number 1.
Daniel could see massive lock-up left and front, pushing very hard, trying to make sure Cody Alberts doesn't get away. But then also looking in the mirror and seeing Stephen Heidenrich having, oh, Stephen, late on the brakes into turn 2, has a look around on the outside, backs out of that one. Clint Renard in there behind him. Barcy Berger having a good 2nd time out with that motor car.
Yeah, with that Honda Ballard. Then Van Rooyen is not too far behind him. Then it's Minnick and Kiara van Niekerk. And then Andrew Honeywell in the 196 BMW. Then we go a bit further down through the kink now is Michael Flynn Behind him is Eugene Gasbury going through. And we'll pick up then Marco Retta is in there. And right behind him is that Chrysler of Andre van der Merwe as they exit turn 3 Interceptor.
That Chrysler's a size block of flats that he's trying to work it around the circuit. Pertamina Fastron on the exit. It's still all about Cody Alberts. Whatever was wrong with the airflow meter, they got it sorted out. There's somebody that spun off in turn 5. Could that be Barcy Burger? I think it's Barcy Burger. He's the one that's missing. It's Barcy Burger. He's got it going on the apex of turn 5. And Daniel Kutsia, the leader in Class B, the winner of Class B, race number 1, slows right down as well.
Right, coming under the City of Cape Town Bridge. Another bunch of cars coming through. Barcy Burger back on track again in the Wheels for You. Honda Ballard, he's just ahead there of Honeywell. A big lock up there by Barcy going into turn number 1. And then Eugene Gasbury comes through in the Silver Dream Machine. And right behind him into turn 1 is the Golf of Michael Flynn.
So leading out Class C once again is Graham van Rooyen. He finds himself 5th overall out on circuit and leading out in Class C. That ahead of Gasbury in the 95. And then unfortunately JP Shea finds himself right at the bottom of our leaderboard. So I don't think he's out there anymore. And that'll be the end of that one. But leading Class D is not on your screen, unfortunately. It's not Honeywell. It is, in fact, Chiara van Niekerk that leads it out. And Heidenrich slows it all down the back main. It's the end of his day.
Yeah, trouble out there for the Nissan Skyline of Heidenrich as he slows it down going into turn number 5. Had a pretty decent opening outing, but has turned pear-shaped for him in race 2, but no problems for this man that's running down into turn number 1. Cody Alberts and Clint Renard, they're sitting in P1 and 2, working their way into turn number 1. Here comes Daniel Kutsia into turn 1, and then it's a 4-way fight. Paul Minnick, Chiara van Niekerk, Graham van Rooyen and Barcy Burger making their way into turn number 1.
Yeah, Barcy right in there. Oh, he locks up the left hand back. He was in so hard and so tight as he went past Minnick up on the inside line. Now comes in behind Chiara van Niekerk. Chiara's got a bit of open ground in front of her. Barcy has a look around the outside of Chiara. Has got the better power, but she's pretty good on the brakes. I think that Golf one's got quite a lot of brakes. Oh, she runs it wide and she slows down. Something's broken on the Wingfield Motors car of Chiara, or she backed out of it to let Minnick get away from her so that she had a bit more space to carry on and lead her class and take the class victory for the day, more important than the overall.
Well, clearly no problems, as you say, out there for the Wingfield Motors, and best price for my car, Golf of Chiara van Niekerk, as she makes her way through turn number 4, Sidle Sweep, heading down the back straight, and she is hooked up onto the back end there of the Graham van Rooyen and 149 Golf, racing down towards turn number 5, Fostron corner, but the leader making his way into turn number 1, all on his own, namely Cody Alberts.
Yep, and the biggest problem for him was called Clint Renard, and Clint Renard is backed right out of it. He just rolled it slowly down the back main. Clint Renard, I don't think he's even going to be able to complete this. Well, he's going to carry on. He stayed on the circuit as Clint Renard, but he's going to be losing a lot of places. So Daniel could see leading in Class B and winning Class B in heat number 1. Now finds himself 13 seconds behind Cody Alberts, but still ahead of Paul Minnick in class and on circuit.
Going into turn 1 right now is the Honeywell BMW with Eugene Gasbury in there behind him. Then Michael Flynn making his way into turn number 1. And then we've got Marco Retta, and behind him that Chrysler 300 of Andre van der Merwe, and not an easy motor car to take around Kalani International.
4 more laps to go for our leader, Cody Alberts, as he works his way down the back main. He's got a year, a month, and a day between himself and the man in second position. Daniel could see second on track and leading Class B. He now comes into view out onto the back main. Behind that, wow, Paul Minnick in a hell of a battle there with Barcy Burger. Barcy Burger takes the wheels for us, Honda, and moves up ahead there of Minnick. Minnick having one of his best race days to date.
Oh, that's that fight going into turn number 5, going into Fostron corner, and Barcy Burger leads that one coming out of Fostron. The dice between himself and Paul Minnick, and they find themselves just behind Daniel Kutsia. As a matter of fact, they are catching up to Daniel Kutsia as they head into turn number 1. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem for Barcy Berger. Plumes of smoke coming out the back of that Honda Ballard, and that Honda motor has cried enough.
Yeah, that could cost a good couple of pennies. Lots of dust on the exit of 3. Not sure what happened there. We were busy.
There's a car that's standing facing me. There it goes again. Trying to pick up who that is. I think, yes, I know who it is, Gary.
Evert the toy.
No, that's the blue Golf of Adam Omar. That's a new driver in Class X.
So 3 laps to go for Cody Alberts as he works his way around the circuit, with numerous of the biggest contenders falling by the wayside. It's just gotten easier and easier for him as the day went on. It looked like it was going to turn to nothingness in heat number 1 as he ran into problems, ran out of power, but kept it going, got a 3rd overall on circuit. Now he leads out in Class A. In fact, it's only Clint Renard that still shows on the board in Class A, down in 10th position, and then Heidenreich, who has stopped already. So all he's got to do is just keep on trucking the way he is, and he should have top honors for the day.
Working his way down now towards a turn number 1 on his own as Daniel Kutsia, and then Paul Minnick. That is now disappearing down the road. Here comes Kiara van Niekerk into turn number 1. It's very much spread out all over the place. Graham van Rooyen and Andrew Honeywell, and catching Honeywell into turn 1 is that silver BMW of Eugene Gaspari, as he's got missile lock there on Honeywell as the 2 of them exit turn 1.
So just 2 more laps to go for Cody Alberts, if it all goes well. Oh, somebody's gone wide on turn 5.
That's the Chrysler of Andre van der Merwe.
So that block of flats don't want to turn and slow down according to the way that he wants it to do. It's got its own mind. A very heavy motor car that, as Cody Alberts works his way down towards the dust in Pertamina Fastron Cape Town corner. He has got the length of a straight on the man that's, in fact, a bit more. We don't even see, we see Daniel Kutsia now. So the full length of a straight, Cody Alberts, the only Class A competitive runner still out there, and leading out from Daniel Kutsia, who I think will probably have broken out of Class B today with what he's done. Paul Minnick lying 3rd overall and a 2nd in class, 4 seconds behind Kutsia. But then I don't think he's got the same straight line speed as what Kutsia's got. And I think he's doing a pretty decent one there. And then the leader in a Class D is not, in fact, the 196 of Honeywell that you see. It is, in fact, Kiara van Niekerk. Not much between them, but I think Kiara's done enough to win. Well, she won the first race. Looks like she's going to win the second one as well.
Your leader making his way through the kink on the final lap, heading towards a turn number 3, Interceptor corner. It's a lonely race for Cody Alberts. It sits out there in a P1, making his way towards turn 4. As a matter of fact, he's lifted off somewhat already because there's nobody around Cody Alberts. He's only got a lot of back markers that's going down the back straight as Cody makes his way down the back straight for the final time. It's now become a fun drive for Cody Alberts because if he looks in his rearview mirror, there's a whole lot of nothing behind him. As a matter of fact, the first car is that Falcon that he sees, who already is a lap drift, Gary, as Cody Alberts brings the BMW to the checkered flag.
Oh, he's going to come up past Clint Renard as well. Clint Renard will allow him to go past so he doesn't have to do an additional lap. It's Cody Alberts, a fine performance, making it through. Clint Renard will come through, but he's a lap down. Daniel Kutsia from Paul Minnick, 5 seconds between the 2 of them. And Daniel Kutsia, here he comes now underneath the City of Cape Town and Wingfield Motors Bridge. He wins race number 1 and he wins race number 2. Probably going to break out of class at the end of this one. Where's Paul Minnick? Yeah, Paul Minnick comes now. He'll come up towards the line. He'll be 2nd in Class B. Then let's see who's next up on the lead lap towards the line.
Here comes Honeywell across the line, and then behind him the Class C BMW of Eugene Gasperi.
So we did actually lose out then on Chiara Fanica on the last lap and a half. Somewhere she must have
no,
gone off.
there she is. She finished just behind Paul Minnock.
Oh, there we go. Oh, then she actually caught up to the back end of Paul Minnock.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty decent stuff. So she wins Class D, both races. Cody Alberts will be super chuffed. Danielle Kutsia will be pretty chuffed with that overall double-header victory as well. Frankie, that wraps it up for the day as the last of the cars come through.
Yeah, Graham van Rooyen comes through. And then the NDT Racing BMW of Marco Retta finishes there just behind Graham van Rooyen. Well, here comes the Chrysler. Not done yet. Andre van der Merwe gets to the flag ahead there of Lee Fielding.
Well, folks, that wraps it up from the day from us up here in the commentary box on behalf of the voice of West Province Motorsport, Frank Innes, myself, Gary Fleming from Second Gear Productions and the Second Gear Talk Show. Emil Brunt doing the radio work behind the scenes, doing an excellent job of that for us, giving us lots of information. And then also Byron Height, that's done extensive duties today with short staff upstairs. A big thanks to Byron and Frankie for carrying the major part of the load. From our side, Gary Fleming, drive home safely and good night to you, one and all.
Right, I'm going to just say my goodbye. It's been real, it's been awesome. Remember that besides for Zone 7 and the radio control cars, tomorrow morning, Byron, there is a thing called Formula 1. It's around about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and it comes to you from Australia, from Melbourne. And I'm not going to mention the grid position because I know there are a lot of people that sitting around the track and would have recorded it, so you guys can go and watch that. But that is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then the evening we go to Argentina for the second round of MotoGP.
Yeah, that is correct, Frankie. So plenty of motorsport tomorrow for the fans, and whether you are fans of 4 or 2 wheels, look out for it. Have a lovely, relaxing Sunday.
I'm going to be watching both, that I promise you.
Definitely. And remember, next weekend as well is also Easter weekend. So those of you who are going to be traveling over that period, please travel safe. The roads can get quite hectic over the Easter weekend. Those of you staying home, have a lovely, lovely Easter, or wherever you are as well, you know, any holidays or so. And, well, can I tell you something, Frankie? The only red thing I've seen today, red flag I've seen today, is your microphone. We haven't had one red flag today. Amazing.
Fantastic. And I must say that the racing in total has been absolutely brilliant. Well done.
Wow.
To everybody.
And let me tell you, we're going to sleep like babies tonight. I can tell you that much. Wow. Anyway, let's wrap it up, Frankie. Yep. Thank you, everybody, online and here in the stands. From myself, Byron Heights, signing off and goodbye.
Right, Tiny will give the mic to Emil from Tiny's Pit Box, who's done all the binoculars and radio work. Tiny, grab a mic and say goodbye to everybody. It's been a fantastic day's racing.
Thank you, Frankie. Yeah, it was an awesome day today, and to everybody who came to check come check the racing out today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you on the 22nd of this month again.
Yeah, 22nd.
22nd will be here, and yeah, those who are going away for the Easter weekend, be safe on the roads, and we'll see you back on the circuit again on the 22nd. Cheers.
And just before that, we got the 15th, we got short circuit, rallycross and karting here, and then there's also a oval track event at Vescus that day as well. Right, we're done, we're finished. Goodbye, and see you around.
And so yet another race day comes to an end.
What a day.
What a day it has been. We had passenger rides, we had Clubmans, we had classics and everything in between. But folks, don't worry about it. In just a few short weeks, you got Rallycross on the 15th.
Yep.
And the next race day, which is
22nd.
That's around the corner.
That's around the corner.
That's around the corner. And if that is anything to go by today's events, the 22nd is going to be an absolute banger of a race day.
There's a couple of redemptions, there's a couple of revenges. I'm sure the guys are going to take it on the 22nd, so that's what I think is going to happen.
Oh yes, it's all about close racing here at the Power Series Killarney Raceway. My name is Ernest Page, that is Dexter Bruce, and we'll see you guys at the next one.